In these times after trials and tribulations, much has indeed changed. The world may seem different, and perhaps not always for the better in worldly terms. We may feel a sense of dullness around us, and even within ourselves. It's easy to feel a loss of purpose and drive amidst the challenges. Reflect honestly. Do you feel this too? Each passing year, we hope for positive change, saying, next year will be my year for real? Yet, often, the reality falls short. This was the case in recent years, and it will be again in the coming year, unless, with Allah's permission and guidance, we actively strive to make it different. So, grant me a few moments of your time, inshallah, and let us explore how to commit ourselves to purposeful growth for the year ahead. Know that I am not here to merely offer fleeting motivation, for that is like a temporary sweetness. Rather, I aim to provide you with the tools, an Islamic perspective, and perhaps a firm reminder to take sincere action and make this year truly meaningful by Allah's will. I will not be overly harsh, for I understand that you may have been trying, or believing that you have. Perhaps you began with good intentions, like improving your health, but faltered after a short while when worldly distractions arose. Or you set goals that were too vague, like, I want to be better. Better in what way that pleases Allah? Improving in acts of worship? Benefiting humanity? Simply stating better is insufficient. Understand that mere intention without dedicated effort may not suffice. We may face trials and tribulations, and life's path is not always smooth, but we must not attribute our shortcomings solely to external factors. Often we falter because we expect ease and comfort to align with our desires, without proactively striving to align ourselves with righteous goals and Allah's commands. This alignment begins with managing our most precious gift. You might often say, I don't have time. Yet, consider this. You found time to spend hours on social media, engaging in fleeting distractions. You found time to indulge in entertainment repeatedly. You found time to procrastinate, feeling overwhelmed by the lack of time. Time is available, but its utilization is often misdirected. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us 24 hours in each day. If we allocate a necessary portion for rest, study, and essential needs, there still remains a significant portion. Ask yourself sincerely, how am I spending these remaining hours? If you hesitate to answer honestly, therein lies the crux of the matter. We live in an age where beneficial knowledge is readily accessible. Do you aspire to engage in righteous trade and earn lawfully? Guidance, resources, and even technological aids are available to facilitate this. Do you seek physical well-being and strength to better serve Allah? Resources and communities are at hand to support you. Do you desire to acquire new skills that benefit yourself and others? Platforms for learning are abundant. So why do we often misuse these tools for aimless pursuits instead of utilizing them to elevate ourselves in beneficial ways and in ways pleasing to Allah? Technology itself is not the enemy, but our choices in its usage are. Our devices can be tools for good or instruments of distraction. However, even the best tools are ineffective without a clear plan and purpose, which leads us to the importance of structured systems. Simply wishing to improve financially is not enough. What is your plan according to Islamic principles of earning and spending? Are you tracking your expenditures? Are you planning to save and invest in halal avenues? Or are you merely hoping for unexpected financial improvement without diligent effort? The same principle applies to all aspects of life: health, knowledge, relationships, and all endeavors. Goals without systems are often unrealized aspirations. Systems are the consistent practices that sustain us even when motivation wanes. They are the disciplined routines that yield results over time. These are the organized preparations, the study schedules, the consistent efforts that distinguish those who achieve from those who merely talk about achievement. Let us address the concept of consistent effort, the grind, and why embracing it is crucial. Much of what leads to true success, in both this life and the hereafter, is not always glamorous. It involves perseverance through routine and repetition. It means rising early for prayer and righteous work when rest is more appealing. It means forgoing fleeting pleasures to dedicate time to learning and growth. It is exerting effort even when recognition is absent, solely seeking the pleasure of Allah. This consistent effort, this grind, is not meant to be solely enjoyable, but rather a necessary path towards meaningful outcomes. The sooner we cease expecting every step to be filled with instant gratification, the sooner we will witness true progress by Allah's grace. Of course, grind does not necessitate outdated methods. Times have changed, and we must recognize the immense potential and opportunities before us. We live in an era of unprecedented resources. There is no valid excuse for remaining in ignorance or stagnation in seeking beneficial knowledge and righteous deeds? Do you aspire to lawful financial increase? Opportunities abound. Do you wish to learn skills that benefit yourself and your community? Resources are freely available. Do you seek improvement in any beneficial area? Seek knowledge and guidance, and you will find it, inshallah. Our challenges are not primarily due to a lack of opportunities, but often due to our failure to seize them and utilize them in a manner pleasing to Allah. Merely consuming content about success is not equivalent to taking genuine action. You may be listening to these words, but are you truly implementing them in your life? Let us move beyond being passive consumers of inspiration and become active participants in our own lives, striving for good and seeking Allah's pleasure. However, a common obstacle remains: the notion of perfect balance. We are often led to believe that we can flawlessly balance all aspects of life: personal life, growth, and rest. In reality, achieving perfect balance is challenging and often an unrealistic ideal. To attain significant goals, we must prioritize and sometimes allow less critical aspects to take a secondary role, without neglecting our fundamental obligations to Allah and our well-being. This does not imply burnout, but it does necessitate prioritizing our efforts according to what is most important in the sight of Allah and for our long-term benefit. Our meaningful goals cannot be relegated to the margins of our schedules. They must be central, not an afterthought. To achieve this, we must confront a critical question: am I truly striving with sincerity and consistency for Allah's sake? It is easy to claim effort, but are we truly dedicated or merely dabbling? There is a profound difference between casual effort and consistent, sincere effort. The former yields fleeting results, if any, while the latter transforms our lives, by Allah's will. Be honest with yourself. If you are not where you aspire to be in your spiritual and worldly goals, is it due to external forces alone? Or is it because of a lack of complete dedication and reliance on Allah? We cannot expect complete results from half-hearted commitment. I do not present myself as perfect, for perfection belongs to Allah alone. However, I can affirm that I am striving to be a better version of myself each day with Allah's help. A significant part of this journey is ceasing to passively await success and instead actively striving for it, relying on Allah in every step. If I can strive in this way, what prevents you from doing the same? We are not fundamentally different. Consider this a wake-up call, a reminder. I will not conclude with empty platitudes, for true success is in Allah's hands. However, I can say that if you decide to truly commit, seeking Allah's pleasure and striving with sincerity, then this coming year can be the year you transition from merely hoping for change to actively creating it by Allah's grace. The world may not automatically improve around us, but you, with the intelligence, strength, adaptability, and inherent goodness Allah has bestowed upon you, can strive to improve yourself. And perhaps through your positive change, you can bring goodness to your surroundings as well. So, are you ready to commit, inshallah, or will we find ourselves in the same place next year? The choice ultimately is yours to make with Allah's guidance.